Hey guys, so I have a client case for you today. It's an adoption one, and I'm going to give you part one today, the birth mom side today, and then later I'll give you the dad side. So welcome back to Client Stories with Amy. So our client was born in Texas, and he was adopted through a CPS through the state. The CPS actually took him when he was about 3 years old, and he was adopted out. It was told to him by his family members that knew a little bit about the situation that the mom was in a shelter. She had some legal issues, and CPS swooped in and took the child and placed them in foster homes and then finally adopted out. So he was on the quest trying to find who his biological mother and his biological father was. When he came to us, he remembered some sort of paperwork that had been stolen by other family members, and he remembered all of these years some of the documentation that was in those packet of papers. And some of it was, of course, the whole CPS story. He said this file was over 500 pages long, a whole lot of pages. And one of the other things he remembered is that his mom's name was something like KAT something, and he had his birth name. He had his before adoption biological name. On that birth mom side of the DNA, he had a couple of matches that were really good for his birth mom side. Very, very good matches. And we were able to differentiate this was the biological mom side versus the other, because usually in adoptions, you don't know until you get in there, and it's literally 50-50 unless one grandparent line only had daughters or only had sons. It's literally 50-50. But in this case, we were able to say, yes, this is the biological mom's name because we had his birth name, which included his surname, which was matching the DNA matches surnames in these trees. The most recent common ancestor was this surname. So once we get everything into the tree, the most recent common ancestor line, the top two matches are actually first cousins to the biological mother. So we're super close. We were really, really close. And we remembered that he said that the birth mother's name was KAT, plus her last name was matching his last name that he had when he was placed for adoption, his original biological last name. It was the same last name. So we get in there and we know this first cousin to these two matches, and we start building the tree. We have two lines, two first cousin lines that have this name. The DNA after these two first cousins completely drop off. They're weak. I can't prove anything. Cannot prove anything. It looks like these lines had back-to-back NPE issues too. So at this point, we've gone as far as we can with the DNA evidence. We know that we are looking for a biological mother with a KAT name, probably that's a first cousin to two of these matches within this family line, within this family. So we start figuring it out. There was two lines with that first name that started with a KAT. We called the first one. Nope, sorry, it's not me. She wasn't very nice, I guess, but she just said, sorry, nope, it wasn't me. And so our client came back to us. I was like, don't be calling anybody else yet. Let me get some more puzzle pieces together, and I will call on your behalf. Just because I was attached to this case. My amazing, amazing, amazing researcher, Michelle, was attached to this case. Like, we're family at this point with this client. We are family. He's like our brother at this point. So I go to work, and I'm sitting here thinking the best way to do this. And so I just do what I do best. I called up the next one, which was actually the mother to the first person he called. I said, introduced myself, said who I was, what I was looking for, and said, does this name sound familiar to you? Do you know anybody who had a baby in your family, a daughter or a niece that would have had a baby in 97? She would have been in a shelter possibly at some point. Do you know anything like this? Do you recognize any of this information? And I kept pushing. She's like, no, I'm sorry, I can't help you. No, I don't know anybody. She's like, wait a minute, I know somebody. She mentions a niece with that KAT name that died more than 20 years ago. She's like, hold on, can I call you back? Let me call you back. I'm going to call my sister. I'll call you back. Within 5 minutes of me picking up that call and talking to this woman, I'm now on the phone with another woman who is another auntie who says, tell me the name of the baby. Do you know the name of the baby? And I give the name of the baby, and she says, yes, last time I saw him, he was 1 month old, which fits in with everything that we've got. And we've missed him. His mom passed away many, many years ago, which we have determined she passed away probably between 1999 and 2003. We're still trying to gather some more information on that, and the family couldn't remember anything. They were going to look it up for him. But yeah, they were super excited to hear from him. He was super excited to have a name finally to fit like where he fits in a family tree, and he's just over the moon. But that's it for today. Don't forget to hit like, follow, and share, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with the birth father side of the story.